Hello, my name is Ashley. I'm going to be doing a reading for the week of September 16th through the 22nd. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started. I'm going to be using Energy Oracle. Let me grab the other one. Nature's Whispers and the Rider-Waite deck. And then also I'm going to be using Whispers of Love for the advice. So I guess I haven't pulled the cards yet, so let me go ahead and do that. Let's start with the Energy Oracle. So I just like to ask my angels to clear my energy, cleanse my aura, open up my auditory and visuals, and opening up my crown chakra to my divine guidance, making me a clear channel for the divine. So this is going to be a collective reading for the week of September 16th through the 22nd. And even I set the intention that this message reaches you whenever it's meant to reach you. So if you find this video and it is not the week of the 22nd or the 16th through the 22nd, but the messages resonate for you, then it is still for you. So, and this is just I'm going to be asking 3 different questions, I believe. I don't know. We'll kind of just see how it goes. So, all right. And I just asked for, to bless these cards, bless this reading, and bless me. So the first question that I'm going to ask is, what's the overall message for us this week? So what is the overall message for us this week? Then I'm going to ask, what is coming up for us what are we healing this week? What is coming up to be healed this week? Then I'm going to ask, what is hidden to us this week? What is hidden to us this week? Alright, next I'm going to be using the Rider-Waite Tarot. So, what do we need? What's the overall message for us this week? What's hidden to us this week? What are we healing this week? What is hidden to us this week? Alright, lastly, I'm going to Nature's Whispers. Okay. What's the overall message for us this week? This week. What is hidden to us this week? What is hidden to us this week? All right. So, first question I asked is, what is the overall message for us this week? I pulled the third eye chakra in reverse with Queen of Pentacles and Be Spontaneous. So, I feel like the the third eye chakra is feeling a little stagnant or blocked, or maybe we're not trusting our visions or the guidance that we're receiving from our third eye chakra. But I feel like this is really teaching us, especially for women, because I also pulled what is hidden to us this week with the woman holding a coin in reverse. And that came with Queen of Pentacles too. And I pulled that earlier this week when I was doing like daily readings on my story on Instagram. So I feel that it's coming up big right now. And a lot of people are, or a lot of women are learning to, and I'm going through this too. So I'm wanting to create something for myself and create like financial abundance for myself by doing what I love, by following my intuition. That's what's coming up. So following our intuition, and that's ultimately the goal of the paradigm shift, is creating a solid foundation and financial abundance by following our intuition, by using our spiritual gifts. And that way, like, because everybody is born with those and everybody has their own thing to do, their own soul mission. And by following that, you will be able to create abundance. And what's hard for me to also understand sometimes is I'm like, how can I do what I'm being guided to do or what I love to do and provide for myself, or provide money for myself to be able to live in the material world. And the Queen of Pentacles is about becoming like this queen of like finances, the queen of it's the Pentacles is more like the material world, and she has all these flowers around her blossoming, and she's really like the queen of, she knows her value. And I feel like that's what's coming up, because with this card in reverse, this is what's hidden to us, is that the female energy, the feminine energy, has kind of been disempowered, especially by like patriarchy, by just for a very long time, for very, very, very long time. And under the deck for this deck was empowerment. And so I feel like, especially the feminine is starting to rise and recognize her value, and by using our ability to be compassionate and to understand. And there are a lot of women that are healers that came to heal themselves so that they could in return become healers and help other people heal. It's like a domino effect. And but we have to really learn as women to step into our power and know our value. And I came from a line of like ancestors where I felt I had no value. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that I was powerful. I did not believe that I was worthy. And so when you have a lot of unworthiness, this reflects in your finances. So it's really about shifting your beliefs around money, knowing that you're worthy of receiving and worthy of abundance and becoming abundant. And with the being spontaneous, because it comes with that, oh my goodness, and I just realized this. So this is a 4 card. And then 3 + 1 is 4 on Be Spontaneous. And 4 is the number of foundation. So like creating a stable foundation for yourself by knowing your value. And I feel like being spontaneous is like really being unique and being yourself and trying something that you've always liked to do, but you haven't done because maybe it's seen as odd or weird, or you just kind of pushed it away because you're too busy living life basically and got caught up in like the material world, and what you weren't focused on being who you truly are and showing who you truly are. And I feel like by doing that, by focusing and being who you truly are, you're creating this like energy of the Queen of Pentacles, like, because you'll begin to feel like confident and have self-esteem. And as you do that, you begin to you start to tap into your power, and then you are able to create from there. So I feel like we're definitely learning, especially just the feminine energy, because it's our manifesting energy. It's so the energy that we carry in our subconscious and in our energy bodies, we send out a signal to the universe, and that's reflected back to us in our reality. So the next thing I asked, what are we healing this week? And I got the sun, which is about like rebirth and creating a new life and beginning something new. She has like a little like art palette there, and there's a little baby right there. And she's creating something for herself. I just feel like that's coming up, and I can feel that for myself. Like, I'm wanting to create something for myself, and it's kind of hard because sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but my soul knows what it's doing, and so I'm trying to. And that's why like the third eye chakra in reverse came up, is because we're gonna feel like it, and into our minds gonna be like, you don't know what you're doing, and so it's really about quieting the mind and following that vision, or following the insight, or trusting that insight that you're receiving, that you can do this. You can create something for yourself, because I feel the pull, and I can see it clear. I can see my future, and so I know that this is what I came here to do. Now I just have to figure out how to do it, and how to become like, because it's like the material world, and I think of like the emperor when I just see the emperor. And so the Emperor card is all about creative masculine energy and taking the necessary steps to create this like financial abundance, or to create a solid foundation. He's very grounded. And I feel like by incorporating that Emperor energy and creating with our feminine energy, which is more like manifesting and using our energy and using our intuition, by mixing those two together. So that's really a balance of your masculine and your feminine energy. And once those energies are balanced, you're able to take the necessary action steps when you're guided to by your intuition. And that leads you to be able to create that solid foundation. So I feel like just like try something new. Maybe if you're guided to go to like an art class or a yoga class, or to do something different, you're also being guided to like soul families or people that can help you out, or maybe you're drawn to a significant other. Like, a lot of people are being drawn to their soul families, and so by trying something different, by going to like a different class or trying something new, you may meet somebody that you are destined to meet to help you build this foundation and build this business, or like a spiritual business, or whatever it is you want to create. So with the sun, I pulled Two of Pentacles, another Pentacle card, which is all about balance, and really just about balance and being in tune with like I said, the balance of the masculine and the feminine energy. And by doing that, you're able to create. And then, so the sun, Two of Pentacles, and higher ground. So I feel this is a two card too, with a Two of Pentacles. And two is about balance. It's about relationships also sometimes. So I feel, because this is what's healing, so I feel like it's about seeing this masculine and feminine energy from a higher perspective. And it's not always about being in a relationship. It's more about the relationship you have within yourself, it's more of a balance of the energies within you. And so it's a balance of your emotions. It's a balance of your logic. And I want to read the rebirth, the sun card, actually. It's one. New beginnings and great creativity. Love it. The sun brings blessings to the earth, and this card portends blessings in your own life as well. Just as the sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in the spring and summer. Excuse me. This is your time for a new beginning. The onset of nurturing new light in your life, the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. This card often marks a time of great creativity, bringing the culmination of an important new project such as the birth of a baby, or the writing or publication of a new book, or even the birth of a new you. Now is the time to put your energy into expressing your truth and vision. Visualize the light of divine love pouring into your heart and mind like the rays of the sun, bringing inspiration, growth, and abundant blessings. See the future you want to create, and know the sun is shining on your intentions now. That's beautiful. So It says, use your visions to create, and then you're creating a new life. So just by incorporating these new changes, maybe your body is telling you to eat something differently, to try new foods. That's what, like the be spontaneous, try something new, do a new exercise, go on a new trail, go a different route to work, try something new is what I feel. That's what I'm being told. Just try something new, and this will bring out like your creativity, and this will be able to, it's about slowly birthing a new you. It's not, for me, it was something that was like slow over time. I just incorporated little changes into my daily life, and it became like a snowball effect. And so as I began to change different things and trying new things, I incorporated different exercises. I incorporated exercise in general because I was not exercising at all. I changed my eating habits, and this wasn't something I just cut off drastically and became a vegetarian. I had to slowly like wean myself off these things and just do new things. And as I did new things, I started to become a new person. Especially people that have known me. Sometimes they tell me, I don't even recognize you, or they tell me it's like getting to know a new person, and it really is. But we all have the right to change, to be something new, to become who we are, and to discover new things about ourselves and to grow. And I feel that is what we're seeing, this rebirth from a higher perspective. That it's because I feel like for a lot of people things are like seem to be falling out of place, or things seem really unfamiliar, and so it makes you want to cling. But this is about trying something new, about trusting your insight and trusting your visions, and maybe your hearing. I'm very clairaudient, so I hear a lot of messages. So I feel like this energy within us is just balancing, and we're learning to value our feminine energy. I feel like that is huge, really, is learning to value our feminine energy, learning to value that stillness and that receptivity, and taking action from that, from the guidance that we receive. Because like I said, maybe it's guiding you. I was just at the stove the other day and I was eating some broccoli, and I heard myself say, I love green vegetables. And I've been receiving so many messages to help to like change my diet and to eat more vegetables, to cut out dairy, which I've done, to cut out caffeine, which I've done. And I'm working on cutting out gluten and like sugar, or like processed sugar, or added sugar, just because my energy is really amplified, and I'm very in tune with my feminine energy. And it can also make us feel like fearful if we're not used to it. And so, because it's just really unfamiliar and it's unknown, and those like processed foods, the sugar, the caffeine, they really add to our fear, and they really add to our anxiety. So it makes it even worse. So I'm trying to cut out those things, but I do eat a mostly vegetarian diet, but I plan on being like vegan someday. But for me, because I love food, and I've had like a food addiction, but I feel so great, and I feel some fear, but because I've changed my diet, and because I've changed the way, like I've started jogging and incorporating different self-care. And so now I no longer go to food to comfort me. I know that I need to like get out in nature, go for a walk, go for a jog. And I still do like to eat, but I've been eating like grapes and stuff and snacking on that kind of stuff, because sometimes I just find myself like compulsively eating like out of habit. And so I've been trying to break that and just snacking on different things. So then I just feel like it's about balancing and learning to, that's what we're healing, is we're healing our creativity. And that comes with the Queen of Pentacles. Our sexual energy, so our sacral chakra, is our most powerful energy for creation. It's our creation energy. And so we can do this. This is one way I do it. And I've mentioned this in one of my posts on Instagram, but I use visualization. And so I can feel the like sexual energy. It's creation energy, but it feels like sexual energy. And then I close my eyes. I'll just like lay in my bed and close my eyes, and I imagine and I use that sexual energy, that feeling, to create in my mind, like imagining my future and what do I see for myself and what do I want for myself. And as I'm doing that and I'm using that sexual energy and I'm using my third eye chakra and my visualization, that's really like manifesting and amplifying the powers. And then it's about taking action from those, what you want for yourself. And okay, so this is what I want and this is how I feel when I get there, so how can I get there? But hold that feeling while you're taking action to get there. So and then I asked, what did I ask? Oh, what is hidden to us this week? So this was the woman holding a coin in reverse with the Four of Wands. I really like this card. And so sweet. Vulnerability. I like this card too. So that's what's hidden to us this week. And I feel and I love that this is, for me, this card represents like the masculine and feminine energy coming together. And the wands are about desires, and maybe this is what you desire, is this union with masculine or feminine. And I feel like what's hidden to us is we're learning to, especially for the masculine too, I feel the masculine is really learning how to value the feminine, especially if you're a masculine and you've been hurt by a woman in the past, or you have mother wounding, or you just don't value women, or you've had past experiences. You're really learning how to see women differently, how to see the feminine energy differently. So, because the masculine energy is very action-oriented, very, very, what's the word? Just very practical. So the masculine energy is more practical, and the feminine energy is more mystical and more receptive and relaxed, and learns to kind of go with the flow and learns to relax and receive guidance and then takes action on that. So for the masculine energy, it's a little bit harder for them to understand the resting, especially because our society, and for a very long time, we've just been taught to go, and that we have to work really hard to create this abundance. But it's about working with the universe and working with the law of attraction and manifesting and allowing the universe to give to you while you also take action steps, and then allowing yourself to receive, taking action steps, allowing yourself to receive the next step, because we're really in the dark, especially if you're creating something for yourself, or and you don't know where you're going or what you're doing, or maybe you're healing and you don't know how to heal yourself. I didn't know how to heal myself, but I listened to my intuition. So I listened to my intuition, and I was able to take steps. Like I said, I was able to learn I started exercising, and so maybe you don't know how to heal yourself. Maybe you don't know how to start your own business, but we're being guided. And so we're receiving the information, we're receiving what we need to take the next step. And so I love that this is, excuse me, like the throat chakra. I did that in my daily reading today. I feel a lot going on with the throat chakra, so excuse me. And this is a 4 card too. So building a foundation, and this requires us to be vulnerable and to share ourselves with people, and to share with the world what we truly want and what we desire, and sharing our opinions and sharing our hearts. And that can be scary, especially because it leaves you open to other people's opinions. It leaves you open to people criticizing you and judging you, and especially when you reinvent yourself. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are going to be doing, because they're healing themselves. And I had to reinvent myself, and it was scary to step out and be who I truly was and show the world who I am, especially because I just hid myself away for a really long time because my heart was hurting, because I was heartbroken, and because I didn't want to share my heart with the world because I was scared it was going to, beat it up. And it will if you let it. But if you become really strong and resilient within, we're really learning to be more transparent and to be more vulnerable and sharing ourselves with people, so that people don't feel like they're the only like that they're all alone, and people are going through this. And I just feel like it's really important to share ourselves. And so I feel like people are being nudged maybe, and especially with this third eye chakra in reverse, that people are being nudged to kind of show more of themselves or to be more authentic and be more vulnerable, but it scares them. And so they fear like rejection. I feel like that's what the woman holding, like rejection and abandonment and just not being good enough, not knowing the value. And so that's why they're scared to show themselves, because they don't see the value in themselves. And I've been there, I get that, and it's still hard for me to do that to this day, is to really like share who I am and know that my feelings and my opinions and what's going on with me is valuable, and recognizing that. So then underneath the deck was Door to Personal Healing and Happiness in reverse. So this is like more of like a resistance to personal healing and happiness, and not allowing yourself to kind of open those doors and take that next step. You're kind of blocking yourself because maybe deep down inside you believe you don't deserve it. And that's very common for a lot of people. That was for me. And like, I feel a lot of happiness right now, and I just feel really good. And sometimes I feel so good, I'm like, why do you feel so good for like no reason, you know? But that's our natural birthright, is to feel that way, to feel that happiness and to feel that abundance just by being who we are. Like, there doesn't have to be any outside circumstances constantly stimulating us to make us feel a certain way. That's when we can become very attached. And then underneath this deck was Ace of Cups. I love this. So this is like emotional fulfillment. It's like the birth of new emotions, or feeling fulfilled emotionally. I just feel like this is a new beginning in some kind of emotional way. Maybe this could be like romantic, because it's emotions and romance. So I just feel like maybe it's a new beginning in romance. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. And then underneath this one was, I already showed this one, but it's empowerment. So I just feel like we're really learning to take our power back. This is for men and for women, especially because even men, like, incorporating their feminine energy will really help them take actions on their dreams. Like, women aren't the only people with dreams and aspirations and desires. My hair is just crazy today. And so, and this is a 9 card too. I don't know. 9s have been showing up to me a lot lately, so maybe that's a message for somebody else. I've been seeing them like crazy on license plates, on these cards a lot. So, all right, I'm going to pull a few from Whispers of Love for what is your advice for us this week? What is your advice for us this week? Focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. I love this, and I love the dragons. The dragon on the card. So focus on love. This is about a relationship, spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Definitely feel this. So you may be experiencing that. And this is also a 9 card. Get to know each other. Learning to meet each other's needs for love is important for a relationship to grow. Now, I've been talking about this a lot too on Instagram, just like learning to meet your own needs and figuring out what you need in order for like a relationship to grow or to blossom or to get to know each other. And lastly, actually I'm going to do 2, I see. So show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. Beautiful. Be kind. Show your kindness. And then lastly, take a chance on love. Be spontaneous. Take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. Maybe this is just taking a chance on loving yourself and investing in yourself and truly loving yourself and getting to know yourself. Getting to know yourself. Because basically, and then with the spiritual connection, I just feel like a lot of people are being drawn to their soulmates, to their soul families, and we do this by loving ourselves. And when we're in that frequency, when we're in that vibration, we're drawing ourselves to each other, where it's like magnets. And so as we begin to love ourselves and we begin to get to know ourselves and we begin to show ourselves kindness and we begin to take a chance on ourselves and we focus on the love that surrounds us and we focus on that, then we're drawing more love into our lives. We're drawing more people, like our soul families and our soulmates, into our lives. And so I feel like definitely people are craving something more. They're wanting a deeper connection, and this comes with creating a deeper connection with yourself. So if you're being guided to heal yourself and you're being shown the steps, like I said, we're not going to be able to see the full picture. It's going to be like driving down a dark road with your headlights on, and you can only see a few feet in front of you. You can't see the long, twisty road ahead, and so you have to just trust your headlights, right? You have to trust those visions, and they're leading you in the right direction if you allow yourself, and don't resist. Don't resist, because then this causes like turmoil within. This causes a lot of anxiety. It's learning about kind of to flow, and the feminine energy is very amplified right now, and so it's more about just releasing resistance. And this will bring up emotions. But this is emotional healing too. That's part of healing, is healing emotions. We have a lot of emotions, especially with the hurricane right now. That to me represents our repressed emotions. Like, the storm is huge. And so I like to use nature as a mirror. And I believe that we have a lot of emotional healing, a lot of repressed emotions in this country. And a lot of people are still keeping them inside. And it causes a lot of turmoil inside, especially with the Ace of Cups. As you begin to release these emotions, you start to become more emotionally fulfilled. And then these emotions are owning you, because these emotions, they get out of control, and then your mind spirals out of control, and then you cause a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear. So follow your guidance. It is leading you to this, especially for women, to this, and even to men, like leading you to this Queen of Pentacles. She's very grounded, but she's also a queen, so she's more, it's the feminine energy. So she's abundant and she's created something for herself, but she's still in that feminine energy, and she's trusting her visions of the future. And this may mean that she has to do something different, do something new, try something different, get out of your comfort zone. But that's where we grow. So we're pushed out of our comfort zones and we're able to grow, and then we have to create something new. And we're really learning, we're healing our creativity right now. The sacral chakra was really on blast the last year, really. And so it's kind of like a rebirth of that sacral chakra and creating something different with ourselves and using our visions, using our spiritual gifts to create something for ourselves. Learning to balance these energies within us, our emotions and our logic, and taking action on that. And it's going to be slow, I feel like, this rebirth with creating abundance and being the Queen of Pentacles. It's not going to go super fast. It's letting go of immediate gratification. That's why it's important to see it from a higher ground. I just feel like that's seeing things from a different perspective. And what you're going through is actually teaching you what you either need to let go of, what you need to heal in order to be this Queen of Pentacles, to know your value and to take action from there. So that's all I've got for this week. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll be back next week, and I'm sending lots of love and light.